Hello students, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. In the previous lecture, we have started with practice set 4.3 from chapter number 4, that is chapter ratio and proportion. Okay, from 4.3, first question is completed, and from second question, sub question number 1 is done. Correct? You can see sub question number 1 we have completed. You have copied down the value of a upon b as 3 upon 5. Now from this value of a upon b is equal to 3 upon 5, we have to find remaining 3. Okay. So from that I am solving second and fourth. Third one you will do as homework. Okay. You can make use of the method of fourth one, and you can do third one also. Here cube is there, so I have selected this. So it is easier for you to do with square also. So similar methods you will follow here. Okay. Now one major difference what you find here is, other than the first question, in that plus sign was in numerator and minus sign was in denominator. That means componendo dividendo was there. But here it is exactly opposite. Everywhere you will see that it is inversely given. Plus sign is in the denominator. No doubt we have to go for componendo dividendo only, but one more step here we have to add, that is invertendo, to get the required ratio. Okay, so please take a note of this. Question number 1, if you see, for the required ratios, plus sign was in the numerator and minus was in denominator, but this is opposite. Okay, so take a note of this, all of you. In hurry you forget to take note of this. Okay, so here one step is going to increase. Now let us make use of the value a upon b is equal to 3 upon 5 and start solving question number 2, that is 7a minus 3b upon 7a plus 3b. So in the beginning consider it as componendo dividendo only and observe the numerator and denominator. Here you will find that the numerator is 7a and denominator is 7b. We have to start with a upon b always. Okay, so in solution the very first step is what? A upon b is equal to 3 upon 5, which we have found out. Now what we want here, 7a and 3b. So we have to multiply both the sides by 7 upon 3. Why? Because we want 7a upon 3b. But as you know, we have to multiply both the sides. So multiply both the sides by 7 upon 3 and write down the new ratio as 7a upon 3b is equal to 7 upon 5. You can see that these 3 and these 3 will get cancelled and you will get 7 upon 5. Okay. Now if we do componendo dividendo here at this stage, okay, that means 7a plus 3b divided by 7a minus 3b is equal to 7 plus 5 upon 7 minus 5. That is by componendo dividendo. Don't forget to write down the reason. Okay, it is very important to write down the reason. So here 7 plus 5 is 12 and 7 minus 5 is 2. So 12 upon 2, which we can reduce to 6 upon 1. But please see the question. Here it is exactly inverse. So we have to add one more extra step. That is what I was telling, that in question number 1 you have ratios of this type, but in question number 2 they are inverted. So to get the required ratio you have to do one more step, that is by invertendo, inverse it. So we got the required ratio, 7a minus 3b upon 7a plus 3b is equal to 1 upon 6. Okay, copy it down, try to understand and write every step. This particular step is important. You must understand by what fraction you are going to multiply both the places, or by what number you are going to multiply, so that you will get the required numerator and denominator. Okay. And here take a note of this change in this particular step. Okay, so I hope you must have completed it. Let us go further. As I have said, question number 3 you will solve as homework. You will take help of question number 4. Okay, so let us go towards question number 4 now. Here again we have to start with what is given to us, that is a upon b is equal to 3 upon 5. But please observe the question. What you have in the question, what you want to find? You want to find b cube minus 2a cube divided by b cube minus 2a plus 2a cube. That means numerator here is b cube and denominator is 2a cube. So this is little bit different. You will observe that here in the numerator you have a and here in the denominator you have b. But in the question they have provided that numerator should be b cube and denominator should be a cube. That means we have to invert it. Okay, so our very first step is by invertendo. We have to invert it because we want b in numerator and a in denominator. So to get that, the very first step is by invertendo b upon a is equal to 5 upon 3. We have done inversion on both the sides. Okay, now the next step, we want cube. Okay, so go for that. You have to get the required numerator and denominator. We want b cube in the numerator and 2a cube in the denominator. Okay, so simultaneously I am doing this step. What I am doing is I am multiplying by half also. At the same time I am writing cubes also. Okay, so that we can save one step, because 2a cube we want in denominator. So multiply both the sides by half, at the same time cube them also. Okay, that means cubing is done, also multiplication by 2 is done. So let us write that. So what we are going to get, b cube upon 2a cube is equal to 125 by 54. Here you have to cube first and then you have to multiply. But I have clubbed those two steps. Okay, so I got the answer as b cube upon 2a cube is equal to 125 by 54. Now again what we want? We want b cube minus 2a cube upon b cube plus 2a cube. So we have to go for componendo dividendo, and then the last step is common here everywhere, that is invertendo. So first go for componendo dividendo. Go here for componendo dividendo on both the sides. B cube plus 2a cube upon b cube minus 2a cube is equal to 125 plus 54 upon 125 minus 54. Don't forget to write down the reason by componendo dividendo. And don't forget to do this operation on both the sides. We simply cannot do on one side. In hurry, you write down 125 upon 54 as it is here. But don't do that. Do the operation on both the sides. Now here we will add 125 plus 54. What we are going to get? 179. And here you are going to subtract 125 minus 54. You are going to get 71. So we got this. But in question we want inverse of this. So go for invertendo to get the last step, that is b cube minus 2a cube upon b cube plus 2a cube is equal to 71 upon 179. Don't forget to write down the reason what we have done here by invertendo. Okay, so copy it down. Be careful while writing the steps. Now this similar method you can use to solve question number 3. There square is given, here cube is given. That's the difference. Okay. The rest all the steps are similar. Here instead of cubing you will go for squaring. Okay. Okay, I hope you must have completed it. Now again, question number 3 is similar, okay, similar to second one. So you will solve question number 3 by yourself. Now I am moving towards question number 4. In that question number 4, there are six sub questions. I will not solve all. I will take the different questions, similar questions I will give for homework. Okay. So the first question here is x square plus 12x minus 20 upon 3x minus 5 is equal to x square plus 8x plus 12 divided by 2x plus 3. Okay, such questions we have seen in solved examples also. Here to solve means what? To find the value of x. And to get that, we have to eliminate some terms. Okay, so we have to make use of the properties like invertendo, alternando, componendo, dividendo and componendo dividendo. So we have to think and act. Here you will observe that the terms are not same or they are not equal. But here if you multiply these two terms by 4, then you are going to get 12x minus 20 here. Okay, that means here 3 4s are 12 and 5 4s are 20. Okay, similarly you will find on the right hand side here 2 4s are 8 and 3 4s are 12. So if we want to equate these terms with the denominator here, we have to multiply both the sides by 1 upon 4. Okay, both the sides we will multiply by 1 upon 4 so that these two terms will get converted to these two terms, and then by using suitable operation we can cancel them. Okay, so the very first step here is multiply both the sides by 1 upon 4. You can see that both the sides are multiplied by 1 upon 4. And then in the next step, write down the answer. Okay, so the answer here you can see 4 3s are 12x and 4 into minus 5 minus 20. Similarly here 4 into 2x is 8x and 4 3s are 12. Now observe, see these two terms and these two terms are same. Similarly here also 8x plus 12 and 8x minus 12. Now think here, as I have said, when you have plus and minus sign, then and then only you can go for componendo dividendo. So here either you have to go for componendo or you have to go for dividendo so that you can cancel certain terms. But see, componendo means what? To add denominator to the numerator. But here the signs are same, and if we add, then they are not going to get eliminated. That okay? They are not be cancelled. So componendo will not help us. Instead, if we go for dividendo, the signs in the denominator will change and then they will get cancelled. So this way you have to think and choose the suitable operation. That here componendo will not help me, so I must go for dividendo. Dividendo means what? Subtracting denominator from the numerator in the numerator. Okay, so let us go for that step. What we are doing? We are doing dividendo. Okay, we are subtracting denominator from the numerator. So see, numerator minus denominator upon denominator as it is. In dividendo we are not changing denominator. Similarly on right hand side here, numerator minus denominator divided by denominator as it is. Now see, plus 12x and minus 12x will get cancelled. This minus and this minus will become plus. So minus 20 and plus 20 will get cancelled. Similarly here 8x and 8x will get cancelled and plus 12 and minus 12 will get cancelled. And we will get the next step as x square. Only in the numerator we got x square because rest terms are cancelled. Now while denominator, what change I have made, that you have to observe. While writing the second step, I multiplied by 4. So what I did, I removed that 4 common again so that the equation will be reduced. So from both the denominators 4 is taken out common, and inside the bracket you will see that the original numbers again you will get here. Now this 4 and 4 will get cancelled. You can cancel since they are present on both the sides, and since they are constant, they are numbers, you can cancel. You can cancel x square also, but before that we have to think of the values of x. So if we take x is equal to 0, then you will get 0 divided by anything is 0 and 0 divided by anything. So LHS is going to become RHS is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 is going to be one solution here. So this equation is true for x is equal to 0, and therefore x is equal to 0 is one solution. Don't forget to do this step. We must think of this value, that what values x can take, because we want to solve for x. So think about this also, that if x is equal to 0, then LHS becomes to RHS. That means x is equal to 0 is one solution. Then go for what if x is not equal to 0. If x is not equal to 0, then x can take any value and which we can cancel from both the sides. Okay. So in that case, what we will get, this bracket 3x minus 5 is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay. If x is not equal to 0, then these two brackets, they will become equal. Now we have to solve it. Okay. So our next step is to equate the similar terms. So write down. Then, and from that you will get value of x as 8. See, 3x minus 2x is x, and this minus 5 will be shifted to right hand side, it will become plus. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. So in this way we have two solutions for this equation. They are x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 8. Copy it down. Be very careful while writing the signs. You know that algebra is about this plus and minus sign. If you are writing them correctly, then you are going to get the marks. Okay, then it is very easy. But if you make one mistake and everything is going to go wrong, so please be very careful while writing the signs. Okay, take care. Write this part first, and from that you come this side. Okay, why I did this? Because so that the whole answer should be in front of you. I have not gone to the next slide, so that the complete solution will be visible to you. Okay, so I hope you must have completed it. I am going towards question number 2. For question number 2, I am giving you hint. Only remaining part you will do by yourself. Okay. While you have to observe the difference between question number 1. See, observe question number 1 here. This is in this form, that here you have 3 terms in the numerator and 2 terms in the denominator. Okay. Now let us see question number 2 here. You will observe that these 2 terms are on right hand side and 3 terms are on left hand side. That means this term was there here in the numerator of second ratio. So this difference is there in first and second question. So what you have to do is, you have to first shift this term here. You will have to exchange these 2 terms. We have to alter these 2 terms. So what is our very first step is, by alternando. If we use alternando, we can alter these 2 particular terms. Okay. So see, I have altered that. This particular denominator I have shifted to numerator of second ratio here, and this 2x plus 3 shifted here. Now can you see this is same as question number 1? There you multiplied by 1 upon 4. Now think by what number you are going to multiply here. Okay. So but here don't consider second and third term. consider first and second term. Okay, this is also a difference. You will find that 15 is not a multiple of 2. 10 is multiple of 2. Okay, so here consider these two terms. Here also you will find that these two terms, and you will get that multiple as 5. If you multiply by 5x here in the denominator both the places, you are going to get these two terms. So here your next step is what? Multiplying both the sides by 1 upon 5x. Okay, in the first one it was only 1 upon 4 because we were equating second and third term, but now we want to equate first and second term. So this is a difference here. So you are going to multiply both the sides by 1 upon 5x. Okay, so here you will get 10x square plus 15x, and here you will get 5x square minus 25x, and then the signs are same, so you are going to go for dividendo. Rest all the steps are similar, only you have to add this step alternando, and that multiple is going to change. Here in this case the multiple is 1 upon 5x. Okay, so all of you please write down this first step and the multiple, that is what? Multiplying both the sides by 1 upon 5x, and then solve by yourself. Okay, again you have to go for dividendo, so similar steps you are going to follow, and in this case x square is going to get cancelled, so no question of that x is equal to 0 also. So this will become more simpler, only this step is different. Okay, so I hope you must have noted down these two steps and you will try by yourself. Okay, now I am moving towards question number 3. Okay, so see now question number 3. 2x plus 1 the whole square plus 2x minus 1 the whole square divided by 2x plus 1 the whole square minus 2x minus 1 the whole square is equal to 17 upon it. Now can you observe here plus and minus came? So in this case, without thinking much, you are going to go for componendo dividendo, as I had told you previously. Okay, so our very first step here is componendo dividendo, so we can cancel certain terms. Okay, so make use of that. By componendo dividendo, what we can write here is, now be very careful while writing this step. See, always make use of two square brackets. You can go for empty square brackets. First make empty square brackets. First bracket plus second bracket. In the denominator, first bracket minus second bracket. Now in the first square bracket, you write down numerator both the places. Okay, both the places. You will observe that this is same. In hurry, don't write this minus sign here. See, numerator plus denominator, numerator minus denominator. Okay, so this bracket should be same and these two brackets should be same, only they differ by plus and minus sign. Okay, so by componendo dividendo here, see, numerator 2x plus 1 the whole square plus 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 2x plus 1 the whole square minus 2x minus 1 the whole square. They differ again by sign only. You will observe that. Okay, so this plus and this minus. So second term is getting cancelled in numerator, as I have told so many times. And in the denominator, first term is getting cancelled. So now we have these two terms. See, this is 1 and this is 2. So 2 times we have 2x plus 1 the whole square. And here also we have 2 times 2x minus 1 the whole square. Now this componendo dividendo we are going to have in right hand side also, that is 17 plus 8 upon 17 minus 8. Now you can write down the next step as I have said. Okay, 17 plus 8 is 25 and 17 minus 8 is 9. Now this 2 and 2 you can cancel, and you will observe that all the 4 terms are perfect squares. So we have to take square root in next step. So see how the question has reduced. Only this particular step is very important. You should write it correctly. So the next step is taking square roots. 2 will get cancelled, and let us take square roots. So what we are going to get? 2x plus 1 upon 2x minus 1 is equal to 5 upon 3. because 25 square root is 5 and 9 square root is 3. Now the next step is to cross multiply. 3 into 2x, that is 6x plus 3 is equal to 10x minus 5. Then equate the like terms, take them on one side. So let us shift this minus 5 that side. So this will become plus 5. 5 plus 3 is equal to 10x minus 6x. So we will get 8 is equal to 4x, and from that we will get x is equal to 2. Okay. So here x is equal to 2 is the solution of the given equation. Okay. So write down and be very careful here, because all they look similar, only they differ by signs. So be very careful about writing second step. Take care of plus and minus sign here. Okay, let us go towards the fourth sub question. This you will solve as homework. Why? Because solved example of similar type I have discussed in the previous lecture. You will find that here square root is present. Okay, so in the previous case we have taken square root. All the steps are similar to question number 3 only. Only instead of taking square root, you are going to square both the sides. That is the difference. Okay, here. See, here we have taken square root, but here at this particular step you are going to square it. Otherwise the steps are similar. You are going to go for componendo dividendo, then you will get this step, but at this stage instead of squares you will get square roots. So here you have to square both the sides. Okay, same type of solved example we have done. I have explained you. So you solve it by yourself. Okay. Now let us go further. Here question number 5. But now if we start, then it will take time, and I have time limit also. So today I am stopping here. You try to solve all the homework sums given. Okay. In the next period I will take remaining 2 sums, that is question number 5 and 6 from main question number 4, and then we will go further. Okay, so then we have one activity which is cancelled, and then we have the next concept. So those 2 sums I will take in the next lecture. Till that, you please complete your given work. Also go through all the solved examples from the textbook, as I have said, because they also can come for evaluation purpose. Okay, so students, till that, stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you, students.